I think the issue of VAT, we know what we are going through as a nation. We have a golden opportunity. As of today, VAT is 5% and is proposed 7%. I will propose we reduce it to 3%. We can reduce inflation. We want to reduce inflation. Yesterday, here on the floor, we are talking about telecommunications. Last week, NPA increased its tax. The week before, customs. So we have an opportunity now to bring succor to our people. I remember one of the first motions in this house after removal of subsidy. How can we reduce the pains of the average Nigerian? So I think we, as the People's House, we have a golden opportunity. This 5%, we can make it 3%. And I believe if we do that, this is one of the first steps to curb the inflation that we are facing. As at December 2024, inflation was almost 35%. So, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, a golden opportunity in this bill is before us to reduce the pains of the average Nigerian. And I believe this honorable House will support that. Just adopt and accept what you said. I wouldn't want to repeat myself because most of the things I would like to say have been said. After that, Mr. Speaker, I would like to raise an observation which has to do with data gathering that is contained in this bill. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, in an event this House allows this bill to go for second reading and public hearing, I will plead that revenue mobilization should give all the relevant data that is being used to share what we are talking about, in view of the fact that majority of the funds that are going to the states, local governments, and even the federal government is assumption. And I stand to be corrected because revenue mobilization has the responsibility to do that, and they have highlighted that. So I'm pleading, in an event it passes, the first thing is, how have you been sharing this? Because we don't have data to get what is actually coming from XYZ. So please, I will plead if it gets to that level.
From Enugu State. I would like to join my colleagues to commend the engagement, the consultation that has enabled the peaceful constitution of the general principles of these very important bills. Quickly, I would like us to know, at the end of the day, these bills are going to lead to more incremental revenue from taxation of the people of Nigeria. Now, I want to commend the appointment of the ombudsman according to this bill, because when revenue is being derived from the extractive industry, people can be passive, citizens can be passive. They can overlook so many things. But when revenue is being raised from taxing people, the monies are coming from the people of Nigeria, they are not going to be that they are not going to be that passive. So the appointment of the ombudsman is very important. The concessions have been made. Initially, the derivation was up to 80%, has been reduced to 30, 20, 50. That is very good, and the governors are commended for this. The things about third fund, net fund, Naseni, that is very, very all right. Relief for the poor. This bill actually seeks to relieve tax burden from the poor. Anyhow you look at it, when you critically look at the bill, it relieves the tax burden from the poor. And it also, the poor and the vulnerable groups. And it also exempts food, agriculture, and the renewable energy from taxation. That is highly commendable.
Honorable colleague, please. Round up, please. Round up, please.
I will round up right now. The powers of the head of revenue should be under our searchlight. That is the last thing I would like to say. So that we will be able to tweak it when the need arises. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable of us, let me align with the earlier speakers to commend the Speaker and the leadership of this House for giving us a peaceful and enabling environment to consider the second reading of these important national tax bills. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, also for allowing me to say my word on behalf of my constituency on these important bills. I have studied the bills, the four of them, and I have a little reservation on two of these bills. HB 1759, with specific sections 146, 59, 16, 65, and 88. The other section, the other bill is 1756, with specific sections 77 and 82. All these bills, I'm a member of Finance Committee, and I assured my constituents that all the observations concerning this section of the bills, we will make sure when this bill is referred to the committee, we do the needful to ensure that all their input to lobby my colleague, if this input are for the betterment and good listing for Nigerians, we will make sure that all these things are put and amended during the public hearing and even consideration of deal bills at the committee of the whole. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Honorable. The next speaker is Honorable Benedict.
I'm from Delta State.
Please, can you speak louder? Speak to the microphone.
Okay. I'm from Delta State, Mr. Speaker. Let me join many others who have talked my mind on the issues already, so I don't want to repeat, myself on it. Ordinarily, Mr. Speaker, as a member of Labour Party and opposition, I should be opposing what is presented, by the ruling party. But because, yes, constructively, for sure. But because this bill, touches the very fundamental economic policy of government, which in the recent time, Nigerians have not been enjoying the good dividends of democracy, such that hunger has become a very, very serious issue. We all must put heads together and see how best, irrespective of political party and interest, to see how best we can make, Nigeria, a better place, especially for those who actually needed support. It's on that ground, Mr. Speaker, that I am proposing and supporting that this bill, should go to the next legislative level. Mr. Speaker, I will thank you so much. The first time the bill was read, it was cantankerous, but so much has been done by you to say that
Honorable Benedict,
views
time up, sir.
Heard from opposing side, and I thank God that we are progressing in the right direction. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.